killed it. You killed it.
We'll clap now. This is the time we clap.
I'm Rohan Devanji and I'm running my own online lingerie startup. We're a brand. We're not still a brand, but we're building a brand called FSY. That stands for Fun Sexy You, and it's an exclusively online lingerie brand. I've studied automobile engineering. I've worked in sports, IT, making web apps and mobile apps, and now I've shifted to selling lingerie online.
Hi, I'm Neha Devanji. We recently got married. I'm a computer engineer, and then I did my MBA in marketing. And our parents, they really don't know what we are doing and why we are doing it. But yeah.
So yeah, that's
what do you say in the Madu cocktail party? Arey beta, tum log kya karte ho? So I want to see how you say fun, sexy you.
So it's very funny. My dad always says, so my brother is like a behavioral trainer. So he says, एक बेटा ये करता है जो किसी को समझ में नहीं आता है, और बेटी वो करती है जो किसी को समझा नहीं सकती.
So we've been in this space for some time. We in fact started as India's first and till it only glow-in-the-dark lingerie brand. So we're selling this exclusive, really expensive glow-in-the-dark lace lingerie. Then to
glow-in-the-dark lingerie. Say it slowly so that people can appreciate what you do. Glow-in-the-dark lace lingerie.
It's not only lace, it also glows.
Yes, glows. Okay, so then eventually we moved on to get larger share of wallet of the customer. We started selling functional bras, panties, gymwear, nightwear and all. And we're selling online, we're selling on Flipkart, Jabong, all the top online players. So what we realized is that the biggest problem that Indian women face, some of that you already have heard from her when she's talking about the sizes, right? But what we realized is the biggest problem is with the plus size women. And they don't get products in their sizes at all today. I mean, they don't get good quality, comfortable products.
I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all well. Their names are what, why and when, and how, when and who. This was Rudyard Kipling, 1902, which is why this in journalism circles is referred to as the Kipling method. Nice. So it's just very simple. What we're trying to do is, these guys already know what they're doing. They perhaps can answer a few of these questions already because they are maybe a couple of steps down from where you ideally would start up. But what we're going to do is we're still going to run through all of them, look at them, answer them for ourselves, and also since they are here, answer them for what they're doing and maybe add on a little bit of value to what they're already building. So let's start off with the why. The question that we're doing this right now as an example for building a plus size lingerie brand. So we're building Fun Sexy You. Let's start off with the why, and the question is, why are we building this? Alok, would you want to chip in here?
Yeah, so for me, the why is the head. We just kept this white paper here, just quick rapid responses from the room of, we've heard a lot of whys, right? Can 5 people tell me why not? Yes.
Already does a fun.
Awesome, so great.
Fun and sexy and we're
Super. That's great. So that's great. So she's saying why not as an entrepreneur. So what she's saying is already. So why not is been there, done that, right? Any others? Is there really a need? I mean, you're creating a lot of entrepreneurs I meet, especially on the tech side, right? They invent problems in their head because they've got some solution for some problem that doesn't exist.
As a lingerie expert of this country and having
Who's the lingerie expert?
I am. I consult to every company in this country.
But why do you get funded? I mean, if you have so much of expertise.
Because it's high time.
That's the point. So to distill it to what I'm trying to say, there may be an inert need, but not felt by humans. So any people who say don't do this, any reason why?
Yeah, the problems are mainly how to scale it up.
Right.
It's a very niche market.
Perfect.
Not scalable, not VC friendly.
Awesome. So he says why is small? Too small. Why not is too small? Okay, why not? Yes.
I think it's basically changing the perception.
Beautiful.
Because we are all comfortable by seeing oversized women as sexy. Oversized women or oversized man for that, they're known as fat. So we change that perception.
But dude, they're not going to wear bras and they're going to wear things on top of it. The bra is for the woman to feel sexy, not for you.
The person, any person who feels sexy is when the other person portrays him. It's not always that you just feel within only that okay, I'm the most intelligent person.
That's very interesting, right? Arpita, what do you say? In his mind,
My entire business is based on if you wear a good bra, you feel good. You
That's
feel
it.
confident
And sexy.
confident.
No, that's true, but
And if I feel and look confident, then you are going to think I'm sexy
but
any which ways. Yeah.
I completely agree.
That's true.
Just I would say one thing. I feel sexiness is a state of mind.
Mind.
now let me ask everybody here, how many people here feel more confident when they wear something nice or feel better when they wear something nice? That's the point they're making,
Yeah.
right? That's the point they're making.
अंदर की बात हो या बाहर की बात.
Yeah.
True. There's somebody there who wants to add something.
I think a very simple and obvious why not would be embarrassment. The acceptability of it. I'm not saying it's very wrong or like a lot of embarrassment, but still, if you want to cater to a larger audience, in India especially, I think that would be a little bit of a problem.
For the
Like,
entrepreneur to be embarrassed.
no.
Okay.
For the consumers. Like,
I mean, 80% of women in India who had high risk of contracting HIV, which are basically, women who sell their flesh, can't buy condoms because they're so scared to go to the chemist and ask for a condom because there's a maid sitting there and there's a stigma, which is why the reason to do offline delivery of condoms. And you save lives because women don't have the guts to save themselves.
No, I think what he meant is that as plus size women, they don't feel that they are worthy of.
That's a why, actually.
I think that's what he meant, right?
Exactly what it comes in brown packaging and it will come to you without anybody
like
knowing.
if you do it, if they serve online also, that serves a very big problem. Like they don't have to go to the counter.
That's beautiful. So he's actually giving you why not. At a retail, you'll never have people going in.
Yes.
At an online, you'll have everybody going in. Awesome.
How many days will it take for an established player to just add this 1 or 2 sizes that you're talking about, okay, or 10 sizes you're talking about, into his current branding, current distribution, current network? How many days would it take, and how many days would it take for you all to be noticed, to even start selling?
There are two parts to that question, right? One is an established player can do that, okay, because they already have the setup, they have the distribution, like you said. So take a 60-day lead time to go from design to production, right? But the point is that one is it's too small a market for them to bother about right now. But even if they do, what we're talking about is a plus size brand. So if you know about the brand All, right, their models are plus size, yeah? They're all big, fat, as he said, fat people. So our models and our entire targeting and our communication, we're going to talk to the customer in the language that they understand. So we will be showcasing and portraying our products on plus size women. Now a Triumph will not risk its its brand value by doing that, because suddenly a regular 32B will not be able to relate to a fat woman on a big billboard.
That's just an assumption. You can add one more shelf.
Yeah, they can. So our point is that they can create a sub brand if they want. They may even want to create that, but if you just look at brands, how many times will they risk their existing brand value for a new market? And secondly, there's a huge, I mean, we're talking about 1 billion people, we're talking about a 10,000 crore market. So I'm just saying that there's enough space for everybody in my opinion.
So why not is competition? That's what he's saying. Why not is hyper competition?
When we're talking about a small market, we are talking about 85 million Indian women being plus size.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Just to add to the competition bit, what if local guys try the China invasion?
Perfect.
For example, the iPhone covers or the iPhone layers.
Right.
Every local guy is now selling.
Sure.
I don't go to an Apple.
So piracy is what he's saying,
Yeah,
the fact that, this piracy of product.
When it comes to the Chinese getting into the Indian market,
Just an example.
no,
They don't know how to make a bra, so it's okay.
no,
They don't have oversized
that's one of them. Secondly,
Detail. Boom, delete it. Will be banks.
Country X does it.
It's that when they get into India, the price points are much higher, like she said about last
No, that you may assume right now.
Right.
But you don't know there's Country X smuggling it in.
Fine, that's great. It's a non-scalable manual. It's something that can be replicated. So why not easily replicate?
Easily, yeah. I was just going to summarize that as being easily replicated.
Okay, great.
Is there anybody else who has a why not? Just stand up and yell. Yes, please tell me.
In the 60s, they would have said women don't wear bras. That's why not, right? Power.
One of the why not is probably because it'll take too much marketing. It's not good for the,
Okay.
the eyes probably.
Sure.
So in terms of marketing, it's just going to take double the effort.
Got it. Excellent. So let me rephrase it by saying irrational cost of marketing for a business of this size, right? Okay.
Having said that, I should also add that there is a brand called A Little Large, which is clothes for large women,
right?
Men and women, and they do market, and people on that don't look fat, but it is for plus size. This thing.
But that's not about marketing. I'm talking about having not popular billboards and everything. So you cannot scale up to that particular market.
No, but this is the beauty of this why is that this brands like these get discovered online so fast, and women tell each other, right? So then it becomes something that innately gets discovered online. That also becomes a why rather than a why not.
We did a survey of how many times a woman looks for a bra, online, and we got some reports from a bunch of people. And apparently, in a day once, an average woman between 30 and 40, I think that was the survey that someone did, averaged once a day. She's looking for either bra, fit, size.
Once a day?
Once a day. And this was a small closed survey between, of...
How many women here look for a bra every day?
Because they're not finding one.
Something wrong. Okay.
They're not finding one.
Is the customer comfortable wearing a plus size?
Huh?
I mean, it's all about comfort.
Okay.
Right?
Would a customer, I'm just asking you, would a customer want to go into a store? So I see this store called All, it's everywhere, right? Which is the
A Little Large, yes.
And I keep wondering because I always see them empty. I don't see people buying from that side.
The point is that when you talk about a bra, right? A plus size for a t-shirt may be available in XL or double XL in another store. But when you're talking about a bra, if you want a 42D, you're not going to get it in any other store, right? So we're actually answering a problem which it's a genuine problem. It's not that will they feel comfortable, they need it. So they don't
need
have
it and they
right
can't
now.
find it anymore.
They can't find it. So they're wearing
stuffing themselves into something else.
Right.
Stuffing themselves into something else that they know is wrong for them. And
And
continuing to do,
secondly,
which is why they're
answer
searching
the
on
all question, you might perceive it as an empty store, but their repeat purchases are very, very high because they have these loyal base of customers. Because I know so many plus size people who only buy from all.
If you're contemplating the Anjam business, if you're contemplating a grocery business, just spend a lot of time on the why and the why not. And I think come to terms with what could go against you, because as entrepreneurs, a lot of us just believe in the why and then we become blind to the why not. We almost start creating these, negative emotions and people say it won't work. And sometimes those are the secrets to make it work better. That please be open to hearing why not. Because that is really how you will become better at the why.
I'll add one thing here is that because I heard so many why nots is why I have the answers today.
Nice.
6 years and
excellent.
Don't give up.
Excellent. To me, the second and the most important is the who. Why you? Who are you guys to do this? So I think so why are you guys going to be? God forbid it doesn't work, right? How will your life change? Will your life change?
Well, from why am I doing it? It's a problem that I want to solve, right? And I believe I'm capable enough to do it. But if I'm not able to grow the business or build the business, then technically my life won't change, obviously, but it will be a big thing that might start to fail, but it won't change my life if you ask me that, because I'm not a plus size owner.
Yeah, I think the hunger of really succeeding, the example of the WhatsApp founder and that food stamp business and how he was like a refugee from Russia, nobody cared. Did anybody read his tweets on Facebook and Twitter? That is the who. That Facebook rejected me, Twitter rejected me, he's consoling himself by saying it was too long a drive. If he can't do this, he can't do anything. So,
can I add to that?
Please.
At the cost of 6 years, lot of losses, I didn't give up. I started a blog because I didn't have anything else to do, but I know this business, right? I launched an app which would help people size themselves in different brands. But that is the kind of thing, if you can't do it for your own self, then you've got to do it, okay, with what you have. Do I have Marks and Spencer? Chalo, at least you fit yourself better in Marks and Spencer. If you have, try and chalo, it's not well fitting, but at least whatever sizes are available, let's put it out there. So the whole idea is that if you really love something that you do, then you've got to innovate and survive in it repeatedly till you can reach wherever you want to reach. So that's my 2-bit on entrepreneurship story.
Got it. Any other? Now, you guys have to do this in India because you're trying to solve an Indian problem. Folks like me who are fed up of India and we don't like what we see, and the online guys here love to do these things outside of India. So you can virtualize yourself and do it everywhere. Having said that, the minute you go outside, you're pushing yourself into the, the meta competition territory of people competing with you. But again, let me ask, how many people in the room here think that their business doesn't necessarily have to be in India? And how many people are dedicating themselves to India? Awesome, right? That's great. So there's a larger majority for India, which is healthy because we're growing. But in the years earlier, there was a large audience of great talent. I mean, the whole Infosys business model is not in India, but for outside of India. Right? And look at the trillions of dollars that have been created because of that. So when is the Greek tragedy? A lot of people we know are early and ahead of their time. A lot of people are too late in their time. A lot of people just don't get the timing right. I mean, even now, if you look at Flipkart, the predecessors of Flipkart have lived and gone, and they are just stuck because they were so early. It's very, very difficult to time this. It is very difficult because the minute you commit yourself, you begin your burnout. I mean, you're going to burn out in 10 or 15 years for sure. And the minute you press the buzzer, you're not going to sustain after that long. This is, I don't know, has anybody got a view on when? Because I've never figured it out.
So like when I opened my lingerie store 6 years ago, I was way ahead of time. There was no awareness at all about sizes and fits and lingerie being something you would indulge. 6 years ago, I was ahead of my time. Today, on the other hand, there is lot more awareness, lot more understanding. Women have changed over the past 6 years, in terms of they want to look good, they want to feel good. So that has happened. So now may be a right time.
Sure. I'll just share a quick story of the beauty of when, right? I just talked about the penalty of when and the Greek tragedy, but the beauty of when. And I was telling someone from Intel yesterday. We had a guy from Intel talking to us, and I started a business called Contest in '98, and I had no clue what I was doing. It was just some funny site with some contest in it. And we had 46860 banner at that time. 97, 98 specs were 46860. Screen resolutions were small, not 720 and 90. These are pixel sizes. I got a call, and we used to have a banner which was a blank banner, like some rubbish. I got a call from a guy, and he said, "Are you the founder of the site?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "My name is Ajay Mathur, and I'm from Intel. Can I meet you for breakfast? Can I buy you breakfast?" I never heard of the term before. Buy you breakfast, very American. I didn't understand what he meant, but chalo bhai, where we going to buy it was what was on my mind, right? So it happened to be at the Samarkand at the Oberoi. A hotel I'm familiar with because my dad used to love that place, but I was saying, "Acha bhai, wahan par you can't buy breakfast, you got to order breakfast." That's how naive I was, right? This guy made me eat breakfast, he paid for it obviously, and then towards the end he said, "Alok, you have that banner on your site, right?" I said, "Yes." He says, I want to sponsor that banner. So I said, "Oh wow." He said, "How much do you charge?" I had no clue. I didn't know what the hell to do. So I said, "I have no clue." He said, "Okay, I'm going to send you 5,000 rupees a month for sponsoring the banner. You will say Intel, and you will do it till you can have that 5,000 rupees a month as long as you want, because we respect pioneers like you in the internet space, and Intel needs to be the first to be with that pioneer." And let me tell you the real story. I got that 5,000 rupees for months and months, and everywhere I would go, I would say, "You know what, Intel advertises this." And when they saw that, they said, "Oh my God." And a part of the VC raise we raised was because of this snowball effect of having legacy brands on our site without having any effort. So that's the beauty of when. If you can be very early, and if you don't have to be very late. So again, the when and the when is both sides of the coin. The what can be anything. It could be search, it could be creative, it could be viral, it could be, mobile. A lot of people have started the meta theory of saying, look, this is what the market needs and I will serve it, especially services. It does really well. And you can get to, you can broaden your opportunities so much versus saying, I'm only going to do games and I'm going to do games because I love games. And then you find out that there's no market for games and there's no MMOG, cafes in India that do massive multiplayer online games. And we were funded and we were going around Pune bribing people to play games. So one day I woke up in the night and I said, how can I bribe people to play games? There's something wrong, right? So the what had been decided, कि नहीं हमको तो MMORPG game करने का है. And we were so ignorant of the market that we raised $5 million without a market. So don't focus on the what because it can be the weakest part of your story. So we're just going to start distributing the autobiography for Yogi. This is the only book that Steve Jobs read all his life till he died, as documented in his autobiography. This is also the book that was given away on his funeral, the only gift given away. It's nothing but a nice novel of sages and sacred India and fun. So collect it. I will only request in return a photograph of you with the book because we're trying to do a world record of the most people with the book. And I think we're close to 1,000 now, and once we do 5,000, then we'll post it and we'll beat the Bible guys. So, just kidding. So we have a